Hey you, of all the sci-fi doomsday scenarios, none may be more inevitable than an AI uprising.
Hasta la vista, baby.
While we expect to see the threat come from humanoid robots, what if our smart devices attack first? Imagine your Keurig trying to poison you, or your cell phone exploding during a call. All jokes aside, once machines exceed human intelligence, we have little hope of controlling them. Especially if they can self-improve. Sheesh. The Terminator franchise is a great example of where the military AI initiates war against humanity. Skynet represents the threat of AI perfectly. Unlimited processing power, control of weapons and machines, as well as rapid strategic coordination. With no human weaknesses like morality, fatigue, or emotions, it would relentlessly pursue the extermination of mankind through armies of cyborgs. Think about it. Against an AI that's a globally networked intelligence and wielding the world's weaponry, even our strongest militaries would fall. The AI can calculate our extinction in milliseconds. This cold logic means that there will be no negotiating once AI deems us expendable. Just as we cannot negotiate with a virus, superintelligent AI may not recognize the value of human life or peace. The formulas are simple. AI surpassing human intellect plus control of infrastructure equals checkmate for humanity. As bad as that sounds, solar flares are one of those threats that could send us back to the Stone Age in the blink of an eye. These bursts of radiation from the sun have the power to fry electronics and wipe out power grids across entire continents. In the 2009 film 2012, we see the flare destroy cities and cause apocalyptic storms. This led to a giant tsunami wiping out the East Coast. With electricity gone, food production and distribution grind to a halt. Grocery stores have no way to refrigerate perishables or restock shelves without working supply chains. Running water could also stop flowing without electric pumps operating. Mass starvation and dehydration would be inevitable. There would be no recovery from a massive solar flare. Remember how Escape from LA ended?
Everything we've accomplished for the past 500 years will be finished.
Complete worldwide blackout. With factories stalled from the power loss, there'd be no ability to rebuild the grid. Essentially, civilization would remain stuck in the dark indefinitely. But of course, I have to include an alien invasion. Movies like Independence Day show aliens arriving in massive ships and unleashing city-destroying energy weapons across the globe. We also see extraterrestrial takeovers in War of the Worlds and the Alien vs. Predator series. The scariest part about the alien invasion is that I believe aliens are already here. Personally, I think they're in the ocean. It's safe to assume that the invading alien species would be more advanced than us, especially if they've been hiding among us this whole time. A biological threat would likely be the easiest way they'd rid the planet of humans. If you recall in Prometheus, when David infected Holloway, or take the telekinesis attacks from War of the Worlds. When you take into account these movies, you get a sense of just how fragile our species is. Therefore, if we do see a threat from space, most likely it's a meteor. Armageddon and Deep Impact depicted giant meteors on a collision course with Earth. Before I switched this channel's niche, I made a video about a real meteor in our solar system that could wipe us all out. Its name is Apophis. Or Apophis. Anyway, Apophis is heading towards Earth at 67,000 miles per hour. That's 122 times faster than the average commercial jet. Also, it's approximately 3.5 times the length of a football field. The only asteroid movie that I can recall ever completely destroying Earth is Don't Look Up. Low key, I think that movie was about how nonchalant people are about Apophis. I could be wrong, but what I do know is that a direct impact from the behemoth asteroid would surpass thousands of simultaneous nuclear blasts. Now, the dark scenario of a nuclear war could lead to a decades-long nuclear winter. Few movies accurately portray the horrors of radioactive fallout and darkened skies persisting for years after atomic warfare. The closest will likely be the new Fallout series that's based on the game of the same name. We can assume that if one country launches a nuke, another will, and then another, and so on. The impact of the nukes would create firestorms. The infernals would inject massive plumes of smoke and soot particles high into the stratosphere. As the smoke envelops the globe, it acts as an umbrella, filtering out the sun's rays. With solar radiation blocked, surface temperatures plummet into perpetual frigid conditions. Crops wither as the skies dim for years or even decades in this radioactive ice age triggered by humanity's ultimate self-destructive ego. Once the nuclear flames extinguish all light, the world as we know it may never recover its warmth and vibrance. This slow, starving death of our planet is arguably an even crueler fate than the initial nuclear blast itself. Although none of the science fiction tropes I've mentioned have come to pass just yet, check out the disturbing science fiction movies based on true stories right here.